When I think about Lincoln Village, there's a lot that comes to my mind. I've been here 19 years in November, and so I've watched a lot of things change here in the community and with the houses, with the school. But the older I've gotten, or the longer I've been here, I've seen it with different eyes, that this is more of a refuge community where people have been wounded from life. You know, I was up the street a couple of years ago and saw a crowd of people standing in front of a house, and there was a girl that I knew in there, and I said, "What's happened?" And they said her name, that she has died. And I happened to say this, "How did she die?" And this person right behind me said, "Life. Life killed her." And so when I think about Lincoln and I think about a refuge, it's much more than a house. And I do love the houses. And it's much more than a school. And I love the school. I love the voices. I love the calmness of the neighborhood. But it's more about the message. It's a message of Christ. It's a message of the gospel. It's a powerful message. It's what changed me. You know, there's a great verse that says, "I've gone into your future to prepare your way, and in kindness I'll spare you from the harm of your past." That's a huge message to me, that if somebody gives their life to Christ, that the old is gone and new has begun. Where do you hear things like that? And I lay in bed at night, and I've said this before, God, I want people to have what I have. I have these wonderful kids. I have this incredible wife. I have these wonderful grandchildren, and I have friends. But most of all, it is the message that changed me, that made me the person who I am today and tomorrow and the next day. And I love that about my Father. He is the only Father I have ever had. And He promised me that He would never leave me and He would never forsake me. That is the message. That is the whole purpose and why Christ came. It is the power of the gospel and what it does to a person's life. Let me tell you something. Lincoln is so much more than what people see. It does reflect. You look at I come up and see this school. I go, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I see these houses. I go, oh my gosh. But it's what happens in these houses. It's people who sit and tell the same message that I'm talking about now. When Jesus said, "I've come to set you free," that's true freedom. That's real freedom to me. The freedom of a heart, the freedom of a mind, the freedom of a soul. And so to me, Lincoln is more. It's become much more. I see people out in the streets. I see people everywhere, and people have fallen through cracks, and it's taken years for them to fall. To me, Lincoln is where you stop the fall. You know, people hear about Lincoln Village. It is an incredible story, and they want to see it, and they come from all over the place. And they always say, what's the next dream? You know, what's the next vision or whatever? What's the next step? And what I say every time is, I always go, more kids, more classes, more homes. But the message is always out in front. Like when we put the mission statement together, we said to share the transforming gospel of Jesus Christ, period. But to serve the Lincoln community through education, support, equipping, and housing. That's a part of our mission, to make sure that's taking place. People change because of the power of the message of Christ. When I see a sign on a porch that says welcome, when I see a sign on a porch that says peace, that says a lot about what's happening in that house. So to me, what's the next step? Is continuing on, is to keep fighting. You know, the Bible says overcome evil with good. The only way you can overcome evil with good is you go and you look for evil and you look it right in the face and you engage it. You engage. But a lot of people, and I understand this, are intimidated and they get scared. You know, what can I offer? Who am I to do this? You know, you just bring yourself. You have something to offer. The Bible says each person is given a gift to show who he is. You know, to work at Lincoln or to be a part of this work, we always say, bring three things with you. Bring your frailty, bring your sin, and then bring the grace of God. being able to share what you struggle with and how God sees you through those things and continues to heal and continues to work. I think that's one of the greatest things we offer people, our story. Not the story of our past, where we came from, but where we are now. So to me, this place, Lincoln, is a place where you think you're going to give, but you really get the healing. You really get the benefit of giving yourself to something. What you're given and what I love is you're given to the message of Christ. That's what I love about this place.